Poor performance, terrible results today. What went wrong, Igal?
Terry, I was excited for this game. I seen the lineup and I was like, oh my God, we played the lineup that I wanted to see all season. We have Moreno, we have Declan Rice, we have Odegaard, we have Martinelli, Havertz, Saka, Gabriel Magalhaes is back. Timber's playing right back. Maz Lewis Skelly is getting an opportunity to play his first game in the Premier League at left back. I'm like, you know what? We're going to beat them 3-0. No, give us 4. We couldn't even muster 1 goal. It was honestly disappointing is not the right word. Unacceptable performance from some players today. Everyone seemed to be off it. Timber was off it. Odegaard was off it. Majority of the players were off it today. Odegaard misplacing pass left, right, and center. He's been off it for about 3 games today, up until now. Timber coming back from injury today. Final third pass from nobody was there. The attack. Outside of Bukayo Saka, we have no attacker in this team that you can rely on week in, week out. And we see Liverpool doing what they're doing over there. And it's like the crowd at the Emirates couldn't give a shit. No one couldn't care. Everyone was sleeping, it seemed like, in the Emirates. I'm calling out the crowd also, because what the hell is going on at the Emirates? Why is it that nobody seems any interest to even go to these games right now? It's like the fans are checking out. 60 minutes into the game, it's nervous. Everybody's nervous. And then we'll talk about the players. The players, we did enough. We dominated possession. We created enough chances. But with that being said, how are you dominating the game, but you're still not creating enough quality chances to score? And even when you do create quality chances, you're missing all of them.
Or Pickford's making a wonder save. He was fun.
I'll give Everton their credit. Everton, they're staying up. They're not getting relegated. This team is too good defensively to be getting relegated. Their ability to shut down teams, you got to give them their credit. But Arsenal, we have to look at ourselves. We're at home. We haven't scored an open play goal in the league in 3 games. Or is it 4 games? I forget. And I know people are going to say it's nothing, but the reality situation is Arteta has to be looked at too, because the players are to blame for the overall the play and everything, but the pace of the game and now you can put on the players. But Mikel Arteta made substitutions that made us worse. Odegaard coming out of the game, 2 games running, when we need a goal, when we need something, your captain, your best creative player, even though he was having an off game, he was creating more than everybody else on that pitch. He was linking up with Bukayo Saka. He was freeing up Bukayo Saka. You take Martin Odegaard out, they double up on Bukayo Saka. All we have for the rest of the game is crosses. I'm sorry. We are not serious if we think we're going to win games when we're just trying to cross the ball in and we have no actual direct way to score. Martinelli, what are you bringing to the game? I'd rather have Doku right now. I would rather have Doku from Man City right now, because I know Doku would have at least done something versus Ashley Young. Martinelli brought nothing to the game. Trossard comes on, brought nothing to the game. Kai Havertz did his job. He did link up play and he got us some opportunities. We didn't really end up scoring from those opportunities. Jesus is useless. He doesn't offer us anything in the final third. He comes on and he's just another person. Raheem Sterling doesn't really get an opportunity. Ethan Nwaneri is a youngster. What are we doing? We are this team was amazing 2 years ago because teams didn't take us serious. We didn't play low blocks against us. In 2022, 2023, we were blowing teams out in the first 20 minutes because they did not set up this way against us. Now that they set up this way against us for the last 2 years, we've had to find solutions. And yes, we had set pieces as a solution, but today we had no other solutions besides that. And you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I could say, oh, Odegaard should have scored 2 goals, 3 goals, we're up. But we can't say what if. We need to keep going. Liverpool were down to 10 men today, and they got themselves not only back once, back twice. We can't win a game from losing positions, and we can't even win a game from a drawing position in this situation. We're not scoring enough goals, and I'm looking at Mikel Arteta, I'm looking at the team, and saying to yourself, what is the point of having dominating possession? What is the point of having clear-cut chances if you're not going to capitalize on them? I think everybody was wrong when they said we need a striker, but it's not about getting a striker. It's about getting more players in the attacking third that are actually clinical. and that can take their chances and that can do something. Because besides Bukayo Saka and Kai Havertz on the odd occasion, we really don't have anybody in this team that is going to take the game by the scruff of the neck and win it for us. And you know something? We criticize other teams having to be carried by certain players. At least they got people who can lift them up and carry them on their back. Because today, I'm looking around. I'm saying we need a goal. A goal's coming. We're looking good. A goal's coming. It's coming. It's going to happen. Eventually, it's going to happen. You know what? It's going to happen soon. But no. And I'm looking at these guys and I'm saying to myself, maybe they can flip a switch and start scoring. And maybe this is unprecedented level of inconsistency where it's going to turn on his head. But right now,
what do you think has led to this? Gal, can I ask a question? What do you think has led to this? Because I'd love to
I
just
think
get...
it's a situation where these guys feel like they're going to end up getting enough chances where eventually they're going to get a breakthrough. But the urgency is not there.
I understand that. But what I meant, if I could finish the question, what do you think has led to Trossard, to Jesus, to Martinelli falling off the edge of a cliff in terms of there's no clinical edge, there's no creativity, they can barely beat a man, their confidence has gone. What has happened to them at Arsenal that has taken away the abilities they did have? Because they've all delivered at times in an Arsenal shirt. What's gone wrong in your opinion?
For Martinelli, I think he has been people figured out how he plays to a certain degree, and they know what not to do and what to do when defending him. For example, you do not give him an opportunity to run in behind. You try to keep him in front of you, and you basically make sure you stand him up. If you give him the byline, he's going to go take the byline, and he's not going to do nothing but cross it in. He's not going to beat you one-on-one. Then you have Trossard. Trossard, it's simple. You do not let Trossard get in a situation where he can shoot in the box. You make sure you give him the passing lane. You usher him into areas where he has to pass the ball. And when you have a sample size of a whole left-hand side that cannot actually take on a man and beat and take the game by the scruff of the neck, you know when the ball is on the left-hand side, you can relax. And teams
I don't necessarily think it's that.
And I think teams know when the ball is on the left-hand side, nothing's happening. Genuinely, but when it comes to Havertz, I don't think had anything wrong today. I'm looking more at Odegaard and saying Odegaard had a really off game. Maybe unfortunately because he's not getting enough sleep, or he's not been fully available the way that he wanted to be for the majority of the season. He's out of rhythm, out of pace. But his performance today was terrible, and him not being at his best, and him not being able to create the way that he can also limits our attack from the right-hand side and the left-hand side. So I'm looking at Mikel Arteta and I'm saying, what are you doing to negate these issues? Because we seem to be the worst counter-attacking team out of all the top six. And that is also another reason why Martinelli and Trossard are not capitalizing on goals. Because Martinelli and Trossard, a lot of their goal contributions come on counters also. So I think that's the biggest issue out of everything, Terry. Out of everything that I've said today, why are we so bad at counters? Why? That has to be on the manager.
Is it also your mentality?
Okay, can I just call out someone quickly? When me and Igal stepped foot into the stream, we joined at the same time. The chat was like, oh, look, the two frauds are here. Okay, no problem. Me and Igal are frauds. But where's the guy giving the Kumbaya speeches, Gunnar Sulz? I don't know where the hell he is today. Oh, this is written in the stars, giving fucking Hollywood speeches. And all of a sudden, they drop points at home to Everton. Listen, everyone listen to what I said, okay? Us dropping points at home to 10-man Fulham is unacceptable and we should win our game. I said all that stuff. But to draw 11v11 against Everton, honestly, and then Gunnar Sulz doesn't show up. Bro, come get your beating, man. Come tell us your kumbaya, I'm going to win the league speech when you draw at home to Everton. Don't just say it when you get a good result. You know, at least me and Igal show face, win, lose, or draw. You know, we don't hide. I could have easily hid today. Went like, oh, Terry, I'm going to do my own reaction. See you later. And khalas. No, but we have to show face when we win, lose, or draw. Gunnar Sulz out here hiding instead of giving Hollywood speeches.
We call out everybody, but one thing I'm going to say is, somebody give me an answer. Why are we so bad at counterattacks? Why?
Because we ain't got
the manager system.
No,
it has nothing to do with
this.
There's a question. There's a question before that. The question before that is saying that you are going to win the league after you win one game, and at that point you're 9 points behind. That question comes before this. Why would you say that? Why would you say that if that's the case? That's a crazy thing to say. Why would you say you're going to win the league when you're 9 points behind? You just won one game. Oh, hey, boss.
Call me disillusioned then. Fair enough. Call me disillusioned.
Disillusioned? You mean delusional?
Whatever you want. What's disillusion mean? Is it not the same thing?
Sad. Disillusioned is sad.
Sad.
Okay, then I am sad.
Let's give Miguel a big hug. Come on, Miguel.
Listen, I don't think
Arsenal
Arsenal can win the league until we start showing that we can win 3 or 4 games on the bounce and start scoring consistently. We're not scoring consistently. That's a major issue.
Even if we do that, Igal, we're not winning the league this season. It's just we're not winning the league. The gap is too big. We've had opportunities. We've had opportunities to close the gap. It's funny because I said this on most stream a couple of weeks ago that I think if you look at Liverpool's next 4 games, this is before the Newcastle, I said they'll probably drop 4 points or something like that. And they have dropped 4 points, but we haven't got our job done. The reality is everyone is trying to pin the place. Look, I understand you can criticize players. There are games when we play incredible and there are still players to blame because they have played bad. The system has been horrendous. It's in certain games, not in all games. I think when we play against the big 6 teams, the way we play today is amazing. We slow build up. We don't want to take a risk because the other teams can hurt us. When you're playing against Everton at home, one of the worst teams in the league, why are you building up slowly? I think this defensive start from last season has got into Arteta's head. He's gone into best defense in the league. Okay, everyone track back. Everyone, Saka, come back. Saka literally came out 2 months ago saying, we want to attack more and the manager's asking us to play more defensive. And we have to listen to the manager's instructions. This is Bukayo Saka saying it. We're playing against Everton. Why are you playing so slow? Why are you building? And I was saying it in my watch along in the first half. I'm like, if we are going to break this low block, and this is Sean Dyche who knows how to play a low block, this is Everton with experienced players who know how to play a low block, you need to play a fast game. If this is Liverpool playing, forget the derby and everything, if this is Liverpool playing against a low block like that, they end up winning this game easy. Because they're high-intensity game. When they win the ball, look at Liverpool win a corner, 4 or 5 players sprint forward. They don't even wait. They don't even wait to see who's throwing the ball. We don't have that mentality because the manager wants to build slow all the time. I get doing it in 60% of the games. I understand that because we don't want to burn out our players. But when you're playing at home against Everton, why are we scared of counterattacks? Take a risk. The more you open up the game, the more you play with more speed and intensity, the better you have a chance of opening up low blocks. We praise Saliba and Gabriel, and rightly so, and we call them world-class or near to world-class, and Timber is fantastic. Rice is a very good defensive midfielder. So why are you scared of conceding counterattacks? Let them deal with it. You're scared Calvert-Lewin is going to twist Saliba. You're scared Doucouré and Harrison are going to spin Timber and Gabriel. Let us concede. Every time in the watch-along today, when Everton were attacking, I was so happy. I was excited. Because I'm like, good, let Everton attack. Because now, when we win the ball, hopefully we will counter back. Nope. We get the ball, slow down. Everton, have you guys got back? Are you guys all back? Pickford, you ready? Okay, guys, let's start attacking now. That's how crap we are. And we're so slow in our build-up. It's insane. Against Fulham, same thing. Against United, same thing.
Newcastle.
When you're playing against, Newcastle as well. Newcastle You think last that's year. personnel or coaching alone?
Well, can I ask you a question? Do you think we got it personnel?
That's 100% system. Because 2 seasons ago, we had worse players and we were ripping teams open when we were attacking every time. We had, I think in the first 15 games, we were first in counterattacks. We're nowhere near now. It's not the players. The players lost.
It's definitely a system. It's a system.
It's 100% a system. When we are in a chance to counterattack and everyone stops, and they wait for Everton to get back, that is system. That's not players. These players haven't forgotten to attack. When one of our best attackers comes out in a press conference after the PSG game and says, we all are attack-minded, but the manager's telling us to play more defensive, I'm not making it up. You can go read it. The manager's asking us to play more defensive, so we have to track back. I was watching the Liverpool game at the same time on my phone, and I was telling the guys in the chat, I guarantee you, yes, Liverpool are conceding chances and they're conceding attacks, and they're committing people forward. And someone in the chat was saying, how are they committing people forward with 10 men? Because that's the mentality they have. It's been instilled from Klopp. They want to attack. It doesn't matter if they lose. It doesn't matter if they concede a chance where 3-4 people are attacking and they only have 3 people at the back. They're like, screw it. Van Dijk will deal with it. But we better commit people forward. We don't have those cojones, as Troydini says.
I think, and the point I think where you hit the nail on the head. I think it's okay to do what Arteta is doing if you're getting the results and you're reserving energy or whatever else it is. The fact is, if you were a little more gun ho in the last 2 games, you might have lost them both, and you're 2 points worse off, but still feeling you're like you're not going to win the league. But if you just won one of the games and lost the other, you'd have one extra point. You might have won both those games, and once you start playing like this, and you draw. Liverpool haven't lost the last 2 matches; they drew them, but draws in title races are almost like defeats. They really are almost like defeats. And listen, I hear the frustration that's coming through there.